In this video, we're going to quickly explore what the future of Power BI development and also Microsoft Fabric looks like in the age of Gen AI. So if you have seen already the blog here from Microsoft side, you'll see that now we have new skills which we can give to our Gen AI agents in order to do any kind of Power BI transformations. So basically report building, redesigning of reports, error handling, and so on. So if you scroll down, you'll see this and more explanation. You also find the repo on GitHub. Now, I installed this already, so I'll give you here a live demo, which I'm currently working on. As you can see here, Claude is here working basically a plan, which is more or less a redesign of a Power BI report, which is stored here as a Power BI project file. So if you are a Power BI developer, you probably know what this is. If not, the whole idea is that we store the Power BI report in a different kind of file format, mostly JSON related, which then Claude can actually modify, and that's basically the goal. So what happens here is basically, as I said, there's a redesign plan which is created. This is how Gen AI agents normally work, right? They do their analysis, they write a plan, and then they implement the plan. Normally they do a task breakdown, and this is more or less in Power BI based on the plan itself. So it's not exactly like spec-driven development, by the way, but it's similar to that. And here I also had a little overview, which I, had Claude create about how Power BI agentic skills and workflows actually work. Now, this is specific to Power BI, just to mention. It also is extended to Microsoft Fabric. So if you want to create Fabric items, if you want to do any kind of ETL process on Fabric or create artifacts, that also works. But here we are focusing on Power BI. And you can see there are various, in this case, skills, which starts with the report planner. Normally, this is when you start from a greenfield project, for instance, you start from fresh, right? And then you can see that the report planner asks some questions. So what is the goal of your report, for instance? What is the audience? How many report pages and so on? So it's done in here. Most often, the visual design is also part of the planning. So when a report planner writes a plan on a greenfield project, then the visual design part is also done. This is also done, of course, if you pull in a report you or maybe a colleague of you has created, then you can also, as I do here, basically more or less, just say use the Power BI report design skill and do an analysis of the report, and then provide me redesign ideas and also explain why you would actually redesign it that way. That's basically happening right now here, which is currently doing with my report pages here. And then there's also a different kind of skills. So as I said, you can start from greenfield. Then you just give more or less Claude or Codex or any kind of AI agent actually the data. And then there's semantic modeling, authoring. So this basically creates a semantic model, meaning the star schema is based on this specific skill. So it does an analysis of the data and then creates a star schema on that. So I tried it with CSV files, with Excel files, just an example that worked. Of course, if you have some kind of database as a source, then you probably need to have also give Claude in this case, or as I said, Codex, of course, somehow a way to interact with the data, right? So then the report implementation itself, so basically the whole creating of the visuals and so on, this is done by the report authoring skill. This is this one here. And then you also have, and that's quite of interesting, actually, a desktop bridge, which you need to install. What happens is basically that Claude or Codex, so the AI agent, is actually opening Power BI desktop on your machine, so without you interventing, basically, and is then doing screenshots of the report, just to validate whether the report is working correctly or not. So that's happening here, and only if the report is working correctly, then it's basically handing it the final result. If not, it actually then closes Power BI Desktop and continues working on it to fix the bugs. However, I noticed, just to mention this, there's one little caveat here, which is if you have a pop-up window where Power BI states, okay, the JSON is invalid because XYZ, right? Maybe you know that. Then this is not captured by the bridge itself. This is something you need to close manually, at least right now. And the final part of this is actually the report management skill, which allows you then to automatically, if you want this, of course, also publish the report back to Microsoft Fabric or Power BI service in this case, which is done by this skill in here. As you can see here, upload, update, delete, and so on. And then you also have the Power BI MCP server, which you can also install locally and run this. You can also install it remotely. That's also possible, but you can also do a local version of that. And that's basically how it works. There's also a diagram that might be more interesting to you, why Claude is still working on fixing my report. As you can see here, it depends on the use case. So basically you state your goal, and based on use case, either you have workspace, report lifecycle, report management, that's that, or you have a small edit, then it's directly going to report authoring. If you have wrong measures, so something is wrong in the report, you can pull it from Fabric, and then also semantic model authoring, and then report authoring is just analyzing the report, just make sure that it works properly, so fixing measures and so on. So if you're fixing measures, then normally that would be part of semantic modeling authoring. This is part of the measure part. Report authoring is rather when the visuals are not aligned or something like that. And then there's the ugly design. That's my part here, right? They can call the report design skill, which is mentioned above, right here, right? Visual design, that's that one. And then it's basically do an analysis of the design and proposes some fixes, right? And then the redesign brief, this is again a plan, and then report authoring is then implementing the plan, like it's doing here on my screen currently down there, right? That's report implementer. So report authoring. And then, of course, there's also a green field. As I said before, you have a planner. Then you have specs, which are basically given to use. It's kind of a brief, the plan, and you can read, or you actually should read through the plan, and then decide whether this is correct or not. And if so, you approve it. If not, you just tell what you would like to have different. And then basically the semantic modeling work starts. So right, first semantic model, the measures, and so on, and then the visuals, which is, again, part of report authoring. And then there's this validation. As I said, you need to install the desktop bridge for that. Then it's basically opening Power BI Desktop automatically on your device, on your machine, doing the screenshots. And if this is not correct, then basically you can see it looks good. No, then it goes again through the report authoring. So it's figuring out what the problem is and that fixes this. And if it looks good, then it hands it over to you. So, and then you have the human in the loop. So basically you should actually look at the report, test it, make sure that it works correctly, that it looks fine, and only then you can actually give the other skill, so the management skill, the allowance, so to speak, to publish the report to the Power BI service, or in this case, Microsoft Fabric. So that's basically how it works. So that's it for an implementation of the Power BI reporting skills. You see that Claude is still not, ready with that, so it'll take a little more time. I could show you the result if I stop the video now, but for now, I think that's totally fine. I'd like to know, I'm curious, have you ever already tried those skills which are available here? If not, you should do it. It's kind of easy, really. You just need to give the agent the skills itself, the skill library, and then try it out, and then, of course, adjust it maybe to your specific use cases, which I already did a little bit. And then you can see that normally then in the future or near future already this will be even better, of course. And then more or less the AI will build our Power BI reports, and we will not do any more building itself, but rather our task is then the reviewing. The same as actually it is already right now for most of the programmers, where they actually review the code and do not really write any code anymore. So that's it for this video. Hopefully it was interesting. And as I said, if you liked the video, if you would like to see the final report, also let me know. And as always, thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Take care and see you in the next one.